Puerto Vallarta is the jewel of the Pacific.
I think a big feature is the fact that we're a small school.
Anything else you picked up on?
But I think there's a little more to that. There's, in my view, some kind of magic going on.
I always wanted to come to Puerto Vallarta. It's a great place to live. We have an international American school in the middle of Puerto Vallarta. It's a school that is accredited in the United States.
Diamonds, exactly.
The most important thing about our school is the community and the sense of team that everybody really feels.
They walked to the boys' favorite banana tree.
There's a certain bond among people that have the courage to take off and go and live somewhere else. They're kind of pre-selected to be interesting.
We made a list of schools in Spanish-speaking countries, and out of all the schools, this was our #1 choice, and we managed to come here.
This is the third overseas experience I've had, and it is a big step, but if you are wanting to go somewhere, it's wonderful.
Nowadays, it's not that important where you live. I mean, you don't have to be in the United States for many people in order to dedicate yourself to your profession.
What are you at?
It's a special group of people that are willing to go out on an adventure, to take some risk. For a teacher, there really isn't a better teaching situation than in an overseas American school. We have a community.
Mixed in with hydrogen and put them under high pressure and heat.
The word teacher in Spanish is a respected title, and so you feel that respect all over the community.
¿Cómo se llamó la mujer que acompañó a Hernán Cortés en toda su lucha? Abril.
It's a fun place to work. It's a great place to spend your days coming to do your job. We have a good school with a lot of talented people.
Christine, you must help me do my...
It does prepare them to become citizens of the world. I would say 99% of our high school graduates all go on to the college of their choice. And they go to Ivy League schools, they go to schools in Europe, they go to schools in Mexico. It depends on what their interest is. The quality of the education that the children receive here is at a very high standard. I mean, the teachers here really are outstanding.
What's wrong with education is that people frustrate teachers. And what I can provide, and I know this is music to the ears of anybody with a real commitment, is the possibility to accomplish something without being frustrated. And I think that's the kind of teacher that we're looking for, is somebody that understands that.
Kathy and Jerry, they put a lot of effort ahead of time. So they really look for teachers that they know when they get here will start their program off. They don't feel a need to lord over you. They'll be there if you need help, but they, as much as possible, take all of the extra details away so that you can focus on your teaching.
It's a calling, and that's what real teachers do, is they follow a calling. And if everybody just gets out of their way, they can accomplish great, great things.
It's a huge gift that I can focus on my teaching.
The town is great, the school is great, couldn't ask for nicer weather.
Puerto Vallarta was here before the tourists got here. It's a fishing town, and the fishermen are still here.
There's plenty to do in Puerto Vallarta. There's, a lot of the teachers surf. A lot of them just like the travel, just using Vallarta as a home base.
Hard to go out on the bay without having the pleasure of seeing a family of whales or running into a pod of dolphins. Also, we have the mountains that one of the things that made Vallarta famous was where the mountains met the sea. And we have some of the finest restaurants in the world. Even the taco stands on the street are outstanding. We have direct flights to LA, it's probably about 3 hours, San Francisco, 4 hours, Seattle, probably 5 hours. Puerto Vallarta has first-class health services. The personal service that you get from a doctor or a dentist in Puerto Vallarta is very different than the type of service that you receive now in the United States or Canada.
Jerry and I take bringing somebody to a foreign country very seriously. We understand how vulnerable somebody who's been recently transplanted can feel, and we're careful with them.
It's a very tight-knit group because the staff is your family. There are some people that go out to recruit and they have lists of questions that they ask. I don't have lists of questions. I sit down and talk to them, and I want to be comfortable with them. And I want to say, I'd like to have this person over to my house. I'd like to go out on a Friday, have some tacos with that person.
The moral is take the risk and get up and get going, because that's the most beautiful thing about life and about teaching. Good grief, what greater thing can you do than take off, get out of your shell, and go and do great work.